Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome to those who are watching or on the replay. Happy Friday the 13th. Let's get this party started. Okay. All right. I don't know. I think it's right here. Oh, okay. Those are grouped together. Hey, where's my other one? Oh, there it is. Ha! Sweet. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Hi, Crystal. How are you? Welcome, welcome, y'all. Happy Friday the 13th. How is everybody doing? Feel free to come in, say hi, leave an emoji. Let me know who are you, who you are, where you're from, are you new? We'll get going here in a bit. I'm doing good, Crystal. Thank you. I'm doing pretty good. I'm a little late tonight, but I had to get my workout in, so I'm here now. Hi, Carla. How are you? I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. I appreciate it. Just letting everybody like kind of come in, mosey in. Okay, all right. Just want to say, hi, Monica. How are you? Let me fix this. Feel free to like the live, share out the live. I love my little thing. Good. I'm glad that you're doing well. Thank you for the roses, Leslie. I appreciate that. I like to kind of just allow people to come in and kind of get the space settled first before I start like really talking and getting into it. So let me know if you're new here. Let me know if you're new here. If you're not new here, let me know. Let me know that you're here. Where's everybody from? I'm in Colorado. My name's Angelica, by the way. Lindsay's new. Hi, Dipsy. How are you, my dear? North Dakota. Nice. Alabama. Ooh, I like it. I like it. All right. We'll get going here in a minute. 1 second. Pennsylvania. Hi, Monica. How are you? Florida. You're in Florida? Nice. I was just going to ask that. From Illinois. Have no clue last time I received a I have no clue the last time I received a reading. Okay. Hi, Kylie. How are you? Are you new here? Are you new here, Monica? Kylie? Who's new? No, it's okay. The confusion was on my part. Sometimes I have difficulties reading. Hi, Samantha. New? We're new. Okay. Carla's new. Kylie's new. What's up, Pam? Peace. All right. How's everybody doing? Is anybody excited to look at the eclipse tomorrow? Is anybody feeling the eclipse energies? Could be better. Just got off work. Yay! Hi, Alicia. Super excited. Yeah, excited to see the eclipse. I don't know if it's going to be visible here in Colorado. I think in the lower 48 states I read it's going to be partially visible. So we'll see. You can just call me Angelica. There's no need to call me ma'am. Definitely no need. Ooh, fire. Thanks for the fire, Lindsay. I work with people with disabilities. They feel it. Yeah, anybody that's sensitive is going to be feeling it for sure. I hope I can see it here in Washington. I think it's going to be visible. I don't know if it's going to be visible in Washington. I would look. But I know there's like a path, right? But a path of visibility or whatever it is that they call it. But yeah. I don't know where the path is. All right, my dears. As I finish up my protein, let's kind of get into it. So what's up, everybody? My name is Angelica. I will be your facilitator and reader for tonight, but I am a quantum healer or ascended master healer. They're interchangeable to me. I'm also a channel and an empath. And those abilities allow me to feel in very deeply to a person's field and, you know, see what's coming up, what's relevant to come up, maybe what needs healing. You know, I'm also a bridge and a catalyst. So a lot of people that come to me, either whether it's for a reading or whether it's for a healing session, they tend to be in a space of transformation. And we're kind of all in that space of transition and transformation, like really great transformation right now. So if you feel guided to work with me, or you're in a space of transformation, you want maybe a reading, a mediumship, or just a healing session, hit me up. So I am offering free and paid readings tonight, or this morning or afternoon, whatever time it is, wherever you are at. And so here, let's get into how this thing works, right? Because there's a lot of people new in here. So thank you all for joining me. I really appreciate it. Keep liking the live, share out the live. Hit that fucking button. I'm kidding. No, I'm not kidding. Okay. So free general readings. My free readings are just general only. There's no questions, y'all. Okay. So keep that in mind. Leave a comment with your name. Okay. And the way these work is I just intuitively go where I'm guided to go. Okay. So free readings are general only. Okay. All you have to do is leave your comment or a comment with your name and I will go to you. Okay. As for paid services, Grace, you're talking about you want to connect with your grandma. This is where it's at. Okay. I only do mediumship paid. Okay. These are my paid services. So the paid readings, then you can get into your questions, your love readings, relationship, career, etc., etc., etc. Paid readings are where you get into the more in-depth stuff. Okay. So Nirmala, you would have to pay. Okay. If you don't want to pay, then my dear, I can give you a general reading, but like it's general readings are that only. Okay. Are free or general only is what I meant to say. But those are my paid services. Okay. I don't just do paid readings. I also do other types of things. Okay. Paid services also, all the links to donate are in my profile. You click the link, scroll all the way down. There's Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal. And then you let me know in the comments that you donated. Okay. All of my paid services go first. You get put on a list and you go first. Okay. Otherwise, we just sit here and we do some free readings. So let's get started. Okay, 1 second. And I will just go wherever I'm intuitively guided to go. So, all of my free readings, guys, they're general only, okay? All right. All of my free readings are general only. If you want to ask a question, even if it's yes or no, it's a paid reading because I like context and I like to give context, okay? So I'm just going to fill in. Hey, Ecstasy, how are you? All right. I'm just going to fill into the collective. Thank y'all for being here. Happy Friday the 13th. Happy almost eclipse, annular eclipse, Ring of Fire eclipse tomorrow. Or maybe today if you're in a different part of the world. Either way, we're all feeling the energies, right? Just so you know, everything here is always for the highest and good of all only. There's no harm done. There's no energy taken unless it is freely, explicitly given. And everything is always done in accordance and with respect to divine will, with free will, as well as in alignment with universal law, okay? All right, I'm seeing someone pop into my head to get us started. Ecstasy, are you here, my dear? I don't know if you're still here, but let me know. I seen you pop up in my head. Mary, that's kind of for, like, that's for you to discern. I would ask you, why do you keep seeing angel numbers? What does it remind you of? What are you thinking of when you see those numbers? Where's the synchronicity? Where's the connector? They're puzzle pieces. Sometimes it's a synchronicity to let you know you're on the right path. What does it mean for you? Ecstasy, are you here? No? Okay. All right. So we'll go on with the next person. The next person I was seeing, Crystal. Crystal, are you still here? Crystal, are you still here, my dear? So when I call you, let me know that you're still here. And then I'll just, oh, you just had someone pass. See, there you go. Maybe they're letting you know that they're around and they're okay. There's Crystal. What's up, Crystal? How are you? Let's do a general reading for you, my dear, yeah? One moment. Okay, so Crystal, okay, I'm just going to connect to your energy. Thank you for the roses, Leslie. Okay, Crystal, okay. So asking for the highest, most benevolent, always, always, always. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. So this is your card, Crystal. Okay? You're welcome. You're welcome, Mary. I'm really just helping you. I'm really just reflecting back to you what you already know. Winky face. This is your card, Crystal. Okay? This is how it came in. We're talking about victimhood here. It's about releasing victimhood, okay? What this feels like to me, though, because this is about releasing, this feels like I'm actually tuning into, there's several aspects of you still stuck in victimhood. So I would maybe do some self-reflection work or some journaling around where do I still feel like a victim in my life? Where do I not feel empowered? Where am I not standing up for myself? Where am I not owning my power? Victimhood is a lot about, is oftentimes about not owning our power or feeling powerless. Okay, so I would ask myself, where are you still stuck in victimhood? Okay, one second, let me. All right, I was writing some down. 1 second. I'm just gonna see if there's anything else. Okay, the rest of that is coming from your high guides as well as your higher self. It's like it's the reason it's coming up, and the reason you're being challenged to challenge that victimhood mindset or that victim consciousness is because it's no longer serving you, my dear. It is time to let that shit go and challenge yourself to let it go, because in embracing your power and shifting your perspective, releasing that type of consciousness, that type of mindset, it's going to allow you to move in the direction you actually want to go, rather than staying stuck where you are. Like playing small, feeling stuck. Not that you are stuck. It's like, it's it's the feeling of it, right? It's the feeling of feeling stuck, feeling that you want more, knowing that you are meant for more, but not quite sure where it is. I would look at my inner child, because the inner child is definitely one of those aspects that feels like a victim and feels very powerless. Okay, so I would start there and ask, where do I feel powerless? Where does my inner child feel powerless? Why? Ask all the questions. Okay, see what questions come up and kind of start journaling from there, or just doing some self-reflection work, letting those questions kind of percolate in your field and see what comes up. Okay, I hope that helps, my dear. That is that's your free general. Hope that helps. Let me know. All right, I'm feeling a couple of people. You're welcome. You're welcome, Crystal. Thank you so much for being receptive and allowing me to read for you. It's always a pleasure. And if you ever do feel like you want more help and you feel guided to work with me one-on-one, I'm always here. I'm trying to... Alicia, are you still here? Alicia Star. I was feeling you kind of pop up, my dear. Yes, okay, sweet. Well, pleasure to have you here. Veronica, my dear, my free general readings my free readings are general only, okay? I do not do pregnancy or anything like that. So there you go. It's just not my bag. But I know that there's a lot of other readers out there that do like free other stuff, but like that's not me. I've kind of changed all my stuff up recently. Okay, so Alicia, I'm gonna just tune into your energy first. Okay, there you are. So always asking for the highest, most benevolent messages, insights, awarenesses for Alicia, for the highest good, highest alignment. Ah, there it goes. All right. All right. Interesting. Okay. All right. So we might get a little bit, even in the free general readings, we get pretty deep sometimes. Okay. Hi, Belinda. How are you? Hello, Australia. I'm still working on it. I don't have a great Australian accent. Anyways, it's okay. It's okay, Veronica. I'm just letting you know. So, Alicia, we're going to get a little bit deeper here, okay? Please know I'm going to say all of these things with love, but I'm going to always be straightforward and honest, okay? So addiction is your card, okay? And this is about releasing. Veronica, I'm only doing free general readings, so no questions, all right? So if you want to pay for a reading, those are my paid services, okay? Otherwise, it's just free general, and then you just leave a comment with your name, okay? I don't have my moderator tonight. So, Alicia, back to your card, okay? Addiction, okay? We're talking about addiction. And actually, the way that it flipped over in the deck is that here's how I'm sensing it and feeling it based on the way that it felt. It like flipped over in the deck. Let me try to find the words first. The first addiction is the addiction to suffering. Sometimes we love our suffering so much that we become addicted to it. And it's not even that we love it. It's more like it's comfortable. It feels safe. Even though we might be miserable in our, suffering, we might be also simultaneously addicted to it. And there's physiological things that happens too, like the hormones that are released, the different chemicals that are released into the brain that we become addicted to. Okay, but the way that this kind of comes across to me, the addiction part, is that I'm gonna do a little bit of energy work while I kind of talk here. But like it's like, how sometimes we try to cover up, like distract ourselves from our own addiction. And we know that we know that we're addicted. We know that there's an issue. We know that we have a problem. We know that we have an issue, but we keep trying to cover it up. We keep trying to distract ourselves from it because it's a cycle, right? It's a cycle of pain and then covering up with the addiction and then distracting ourselves. So it kind of feels like that, okay? And this is a message about it's time to release the addictions, whether it's addiction to suffering, addiction to whatever it is, right? We can be addicted to anything. We can be addicted to working out, There's just some things that have better side effects than others, okay? Better consequences than others. But this feels like it's time to release those things that you're addicted to, and the way that, okay, and then we're going to get a little bit deeper. The way that I'm feeling, or I'm going to invite you to, is doing some trauma work, really getting deeper into like your shadow, getting into the shadow work and allowing yourself to really go deep into why are you distracting yourself, and where did the addiction start? Okay, so I say this all with love. There's definitely no judgment. Here's what I feel, and here's what I'm hearing, is the addictions are going to take you to a place that you can definitely learn some stuff, but it's also avoidable. It's also not completely necessary. And here's the invitation, okay? There's one more thing. I feel it in my gut. I'm going to ask you this and even invite you to do some self-reflection work on this. Who stole your identity? And I don't mean like who, like stole your identity as an identity theft. I mean as like a trauma thing. What were you told that you couldn't be? Were you told that your dreams were stupid, or they were unrealistic, or you needed to come down to reality? What did the people around you tell you, or tell you that you needed to be, or tell you how to be, who to be, etc.? I'm hearing who stole your identity, because I'm feeling it in my gut, and I'm feeling it in my solar plexus, and I'm feeling it's around identity. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to invite you into that work. If you need to or want to go deeper into that work, then please, I'm here. But it's time to release those addictions. Of course, this gets to be your choice, okay? Whether you do or not. I hope that helps. I know that's a little bit deeper, but that's what we're here for, okay? All right, my dears. Free general readings. Who paid? All right. Crystal, you paid for a reading, my dear. Makes a lot of sense. Well, I'm glad. I hope that's always my intention, is to help and to support people in the way, because I'm a healer. Okay? I'm a healer at the end of the day. Yes, I read people, but I'm also a healer, and so I usually tap into what's going to help people heal, bring more self-awareness, bring more empowerment. So I'm so glad that makes sense for you. Okay. 1 second. Jade, you said you paid, my dear? Oh, Crystal Cartel. I got you. All right, Jade. Thank you for the donation, Jade. You paid for a reading. What type of reading would you like? So, y'all, let's see. So the paid readings will get you on the list, and all my paid readings go first, right? All my paid services go first, as well as organizing my shit here. As well as there's just like a lot more information. Going through a breakup to help with that. Okay. Can you be a little bit more specific, my dear? What specifically? You don't have to share it all. Just, can you be a little bit more specific? Because I need to be able to tune in to the right frequency. Okay, so I just need to be just a little bit more specific for me. I don't know if this is working for me. Hi, Corey. How are you? It's nice to see you again here. Oh, letting go. I need to move on, and he's moved on already. Okay. Thank you so much for that clarification. I really appreciate that, because that allows me to really feel in. So you need help letting go. Okay. I'm just feeling into your energy system. Okay. We're going to do a little bit of a hybrid session. So, Jade, I just want you to breathe into your heart space. So take some deep breaths and then focus on your heart, okay? Can you do that for me? Take 3 deep breaths into your heart space, like one. Two. Okay, thank you. I feel you. Okay, so first off, I'm gonna just give you some hugs. Yeah, that's what I was feeling, Sage. That's why it's going to be a little bit of a hybrid. So there's some cords that are still attached. And we're going to do a little bit of energy work here. Okay? But there's also some things that I'm feeling like that needs to be heard, okay, and said, okay? So just tuning in for Jade, for the highest and best good, helping her to move on. Oh, look at that. Oh, whoa. Oh no. Okay, I'm hearing to keep all of them, and there's a lot of cards. So we're gonna go through it as quickly and as efficiently, but also clearly as we can. Okay, this reading is going to help to bring you clarity. Okay, so I just want you to tune into your heart. Okay, this is about expansion. Okay. With this breakup, I'm channeling from your higher self, okay? This is kind of what I'm hearing. Not kind of, but it's what I'm hearing. This breakup was necessary in order to catalyze certain areas of growth, to bring clarity, around personal values, expression, also around relationships. This was a contract that was meant to happen. So there was some kind of contract here in this relationship. And to be quite honest, one second, let me just listen in. Okay. Never mind that. This is meant to help you get very, very clear, okay? Even though things seem very confusing, feel very lost, feel very, maybe even abandoned or rejected, okay? All right, the next card, this is about being, hi Belinda, yes, I actually do private, I do offer private mentors or mentorship. Just go to my website. I do that. One second. Okay, just want to make sure. This is also about releasing blame. So, releasing blame. Okay? No one's to blame here. Him, not you, not anybody. This is about releasing blame. Usually comes up when we want to make someone else feel guilty, or we gotta pass the blame. We don't want to feel that icky feeling of feeling guilty or shameful or whatever, or we don't want to feel whatever it is that we're feeling. So we project blame onto another in order to bypass how we're actually feeling and actually work through the stuff. Instead, we kind of project it and say, nope, I'm not gonna fucking feel this, fuck that shit, it's your fault. Instead of saying, well, what could I have done different? What can I learn here? How can I love myself and nurture myself through this space? Because I'm going to feel it all, even though you may not want to. It's also important that you feel all of the things. The sting, S-T-I-N-G, the sting of heartache, and that like grieving after, grieving that relationship. It's important that you feel it. It's not comfortable. It can be perceived as unpleasant, but it's going to be one of your greatest teachers, okay? So I would ask myself, where are you still blaming yourself? Or where are you blaming him or them? Okay. And then how can you let go of that? How can you process that? Okay. The next card, next card is, I feel like I shouldn't let go. I blame myself strangely. Okay. Feel like I was too understanding. I get that. I get that. It's definitely understandable. I feel like the shouldn't let go, that feels like a cord to me. Okay. And if you do blame yourself, again, either journal, writing it out is very cathartic. It's really important. You can also do letter writing and burning. However, if you're blaming yourself, I wouldn't, maybe not that. I would just work through where do you blame yourself? Why do you blame yourself? And get to that feeling. And then where has that blaming yourself, where has that popped up before in your life? I'm talking about childhood and getting to the earliest memory of blaming yourself. Were other people like blaming you and you felt like you had to blame yourself? Or was nobody blaming you, but you felt like, oh, this is all my fault, or this is like, I'm to blame. So that, like really getting to the root of it by getting really clear on where do you blame yourself, and then tracing it back to a childhood memory, and then get to the root of it. Okay, so the next card, my dear. I got you, my father. I always waited to be loved. I feel you on that. I really feel you on that. Moving forward, we're gonna get into it. But moving forward, this is also about releasing victimhood. So especially if it came up or it was reflected in this relationship, our relationships are always a mirror. They're always going to be a pattern of the early relationships that we developed from womb, when we were in the womb, to when we were 7 years old. Okay? So it's always going to pattern that unless and until we go and we do our shadow work, we face our shit, and we learn the different patterns, and then we make a conscious decision to shift those patterns. Okay? Which takes some work. This is about also releasing victimhood. Okay? That you felt like the victim. Maybe you felt like the victim with your father, waiting to be loved, waiting to feel seen and heard and loved and accepted. And that maybe that made you feel like a victim. Maybe that made you feel rejected. Maybe it made you feel powerless to receiving love, or maybe it made you feel unworthy to receiving love. Okay, so this is about releasing blame and victimhood. So I would ask the same questions around victimhood. Where do I still feel like a victim? That usually will relate to childhood. I will say most times it's going to relate to childhood. Oh, excuse me, because that's where we get our patterning from, is early childhood. Where do I still feel like a victim? Where did I feel like a victim in this relationship? And then where did I feel like a victim in my childhood? And kind of see what comes up and really start to work through that stuff. Okay? Face all of the pain, face all of the hurt, because this breakup is meant to really catalyze you into a deeper awareness of these things, so you can let these old things go. Does that make sense? So you can let these old patterns go. It has to be your choice, and you have to be the one to choose to shift them and do whatever work is necessary for you to shift them. But it's your choice, okay? So that's empowering. So we have 3 cards left. This is about getting to your authenticity, and this is about an initiation. Okay, this is an initiation. This kind of like breakup feels like a start of an initiation here to get you to utilize your authentic expression, and also ground you more, make you more aware of, and ground you more into your authenticity. Okay, so this is an initiation into that. Initiations that aren't always fun. Sometimes they're unpleasant, but they're there to get us to stretch. Okay. So that's where it's guiding you to go, and it's giving you the opportunity to go. Okay. All right. Your next card, scarcity. It's about releasing again. So we're releasing a lot of old shit. See all the old shit that you're being called to release? Scarcity. There's a lot of, this is also connected to like the blame and the victimhood. Okay. Very, very connected, interconnected. Feeling like the victim. It's almost like this feels like a little bit of a cycle too. Feeling like a victim, then someone to blame, and that puts you in scarcity so that you can blame and feel like a victim. There's always a payoff. So if we feel like a victim, there's a payoff. Sometimes it's because that means we get to blame other people for our lack of know-how or for not feeling worthy or whatever it is. There's always, always, always a payoff. Okay? And so I would ask you, where's the payoff as well? I would ask myself, if I were you, where's the payoff? What's the payoff in being a victim? What's the payoff in blaming others? And this is creating a scarcity mindset. So I don't know if you have difficulties with money, but when we're in scarcity, that tends to, not always, but it tends to affect our abundance or our financial abundance. It can affect it in one of two ways. We can go all in where we make a ton of money, but we still feel like scarce, that scarcity mindset on the inside, but we're wealthy. Or, not a lot of, kind of scraping paycheck to paycheck, etc. And never feeling like you can get ahead, just like that, or somewhere like on that spectrum, but you can kind of go one or two ways or somewhere in that spectrum. Okay. But it's about releasing scarcity as well. Okay. The last card, is patience. And it came out like this. So this is why I'm showing it to you like that. Okay. This is about patience. And knowing that through this, you're going to have to feel the things. You don't have to, but I'm going to invite you to, because the only way out is through. And if you try to distract yourself or try to, with whatever, whether it's food or jumping into another relationship or whatever it is, if you try to distract yourself and not properly process all of the stuff that is actually wanting to come up for you and your highest benefit, understand that eventually it's going to come back around and it's going to be even bigger next time. That's how these things go. They pop up in our life, and if we don't address it, okay, cool. Then it just keeps popping up over here, and then over here, and over here, and over here, until we address it. Okay, so that's what I'm feeling called to tell you. So the patience part is be patient with yourself, nurture yourself, love yourself, because you're moving through a cycle of grief. Processing grief is nonlinear. It's healing, right? Healing is nonlinear. Grief, so is grief. So you're just gonna have to grieve. You're gonna have to grieve it. This person, to me, honestly, he feels like he jumped into another relationship and he didn't properly grieve. And he's gonna have to deal with that later. And a lot of men do that. A lot of women do that too. But it feels like that's what he did. He moved on. Yeah, but did he process all of the things? I don't know that he did. I would say no, to be honest. I would say to you, process your grief, be patient with yourself, and be patient with the process, because it's gonna take some time. But if you do it properly, you're going to allow room for your own healing. And in the end, when you move through this shit, you're going to be thankful that you did. Okay? And I trust me, or don't. But like, I've been there. I've jumped from relationship to relationship to relationship, avoiding my trauma, and it just compounded over decades until I finally had to face my shit. And once I did, I was like, oh, okay. I get why we need to process our stuff. I get why each time, I tried to jump from relationship to relationship, I wasn't allowing myself to process. Allow yourself time to process and be patient with yourself. Give yourself some time, give yourself some compassion and some grace, my dear. Okay? So there are some chords here. Would you like to, I'm gonna ask you, because I'm feeling called to ask, would you like for us to help remove these and dissolve these? Because this is part of the pull that you're feeling of like, I shouldn't let go. I feel like I shouldn't let go. This is the pull that you're feeling. It's attachments. He's back at square one. I always distract and don't want to do this again. Yeah, and many people do, to be honest. They don't want to feel all of the things because it feels horrible, and they have some kind of resistance to it, and there's no judgment there. I was the same fucking way. I was the same fucking way. I understand how that works. But I will tell you, if you do the work and you allow yourself time to process and do the things, you're going to be so fucking thankful and grateful that you did to yourself, that you did that for yourself, because it's actually a gift you're giving yourself. So you're exactly nice. So you're ready to do the work this time? That's good. I commend you on that. So we would like to ask you and invite you. There's still some attachments like courting. Would you like to do a little bit of energy work? Not a lot. A little bit of energy work. So some cord cutting. Okay. Is that what that means? Is that what the scissors means? Yes. Okay. All right. Thank you. I want a clear-cut answer. Get it? Clear-cut? All right. So I'm just going to tune into your field and the connection with this person. Yeah, you're ready to do the work. Okay, yeah, One day you'll be glad that it didn't work out. And you'll see, oh, that's why. Ah, I get it. Yeah, it wasn't supposed to. It was never supposed to. It was just a contract. Okay. I'm listening. I'm going to call in Archangel Michael to help with the cord cutting. Help dissolving these cords. And while we're doing this, Jade, simply, I will invite you to close your eyes and then just kind of rest your awareness on your heart, my dear. Shele amako yasikia alama ya satete asana ne wele kia satata. Yakia ya asana te we he yakia te asana te le maawa. Kia le tatakawa. Sene asakoya seshi asana te asata le akawia na ya o ana dissolving these cords at both ends. We're not leaving any phrase or anything hooked into anywhere. We're dissolving these entirely and completely. The only way they can come back is if you choose to record. And sometimes this can happen on an unconscious level, okay? And the reason why I'm saying that is so that you can be aware of if that happens. Okay. We're just going to bring in Reiki. Help filling in all of the holes. Lawia, Maya, Maha, Adanite, Yasiki, Wasanate, Asanate, Asanate, Asanate. Koyele Maya ama yamala ya mosi shiriale kiasana no yele yasakia wa anati kia. So I just want you to breathe. Take some, obviously you're breathing, but like take some deep breaths, my dear, and help to circulate that energy in through the nose, out through the mouth. Okay. There's one more thing that wants to come through here. Be empowered in knowing that if you do the work, you're going to be grateful that you did. You're committing to yourself. And part of committing, making that commitment to yourself to heal and to release and to process the grief is also speaking to yourself on a subconscious level and as if to say, I'm worth it. I'm worthy of this love. I'm worthy of a deeper love. I'm going to give it to myself. So this whole breakup is to help you come into a greater understanding and embodiment of embodying the love first, right? So that you can be a radiator and radiate that out first of like, I'm embodied in this. I'm going to love myself. I'm committed to myself. I'm going to give myself that time and space, compassion. I'm going to nurture myself. I'm going to love on myself. I'm going to love myself through this. Because you're speaking to your subconscious, your unconscious mind. When you commit to yourself and you honor that commitment, okay, you're also becoming an embodiment of the love you eventually are going to bring into your life. You got to be the reflection of the love that you wish to bring in, that you wish to attract. And with that, I'm just setting your entire field, bringing some Reiki in there, and I'm going to let it do its thing. Sending Reiki to your dream time to help you integrate. Excuse me. May that serve you for in the highest and best way, for your highest and best good, for your healing, your alignment, and the remembrance of who and what you truly are. And so it is. Whew. All right, my dear. Thank you for that, Jade. Let me know how you feel when you come back, or not. You don't have to be like super califragilisticexpialidocious. You don't have to be super what do I want to say? You don't have to explain everything, but just let me know that you're there. Hi, Empress. How are you? You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm Italian. I'm over the top. Nice. Own it. Own it. All right, my dears. Where was I at? Okay, so let's get back into our free general readings. Yeah? Okay. I love you, Jade. We're sending you some love. You got this. Take this opportunity to heal and love yourself, because you're going to be very, very thankful that you did. I promise. I promise. Okay. So let's get back into some free general readings. All right. If you do want a general reading, leave a comment. These are free. Okay. So I don't take questions with these. Okay. I don't. Do I have any info on the book Angelic Protection? I don't. I never heard it. Is that a book? Is that an actual book you're talking about, Empress? Or I don't. A lot of what I've learned has come from intuition. There, you know, obviously I've taken a lot of courses and I've invested in myself quite a bit. But like in my own healing, I've unlocked a lot of my own knowing and a lot of my own intuition. So no, I've never heard of that. I haven't heard of it. Okay. So there's the free generals. Okay. For any paid readings, this is going to be last call for paid readings. Okay. So paid readings is where you can ask your questions. Okay. Or if you want a love reading, career reading. I also do health readings. Okay. Also energy work, kind of like what we did for Jade, but specifically for any issues you want to work on. Mediumship, multidimensional mediumship. If you have any questions, please let me know and I will answer them. Okay. Hold on. Athena, are you still here? I was feeling you. I was feeling you in my head. No. No. Hi. Hi, babes. You're here? Okay, sweet. Sweet. Hi, babies. Can you be quiet for me, please? Huh? I need to be able to focus. I need to focus. All right, Athena. Asking for the highest. There we are. Whoa. All right. That just flew out of the deck. All right. So it's going to be very interesting. Okay, so Athena, I'm just gonna fill in just a little bit deeper. Okay, so your card, my dear, is unconditional love. It might be said, am I kidding? Your card is unconditional love. This is about expansion. And this is about loving without conditions, right? Whether I'm gonna go really extreme. Someone's a murderer, people tend to be like, fuck them, hate them, or if they're a rapist, or if they're a thief, or if they're whatever fucking labels that we can have that maybe we don't personally resonate with, we tend to withhold love from that person, when actually those souls may actually be the ones that need it the most. Like Hitler. I mean, there's other things, there's other things that he came to do, to be honest, that I'm not going to get into, but like, there tends to be some kind of condition on who we love. And I'm not talking about value systems, and if the value systems don't match, then I'm not available for that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about there tends to be some kind of cap or condition on, if whether we can love a person or not. Doesn't mean that we need to be in a relationship with them. It doesn't need to be, we need to be like in their lives, just like there tends to be some kind of condition. That person's a rapist. I can never love. I can never love that person. But like, it's about expanding your ability to love. Because here's the thing, the love that we withhold from other people or whatever, it's actually equivalent to the love that we're withholding from ourselves. It's always a reflection. Always, always, always. And so I would say with this, it feels like, where are those spaces where you feel like, maybe triggered, or there's some like juice behind, I couldn't love that type of person. It's not to say that you need to be in a relationship with that person, or you need to like let them into your space. It's just, can you see that they have their own perspective, their own journey, and it's just as divine as yours. Maybe they work for the dark side. But we need everything. It's all that is, not some of what is. Can you see how every being, light or dark or neutral or whatever, has their own perspective, their own soul, their soul came here to learn certain things. So I would ask myself, if I were you, where do you feel that those conditions begin to creep up and pop up in your mind? And I would invite you, and I would challenge you to, how can you use that as an opportunity to expand your ability to love? Just unconditionally love. It's a very simple message, but I like simple, I like basic, because they're foundational building blocks. Okay? And that's kind of all I feel for you, so I'm going to leave it there. But unconditional love toward yourself, absolutely. It always starts it always starts from within first. Because if we're not loving ourselves within, then there's definitely going to be some kind of conditions that of like what we can love or who we can love externally. So it's always towards ourselves first. So I would that's why I said, where are those conditions of like, Oh, I'm only lovable if, I'm only acceptable if, I'm only valuable if, I'm only worthy if, those types of things, okay? Feel free to come back and let me know how that goes. Or if you want to go deeper, feel free to reach out to me for a healing session. But I do wish you all the best in your journey. And I'm sending you so much love. Okay, so where is, let's see. No, that's not right. I still have, yeah, okay. All right. So why do I have that there? That's so weird. Okay, more free general readings. Selma, my dear, are you still here? You just commented from what I can see. Hey, that's enough. Shh, 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 shh. That's too much for me. That's too much. That's too much. Yeah, that's too much. Yeah. Selma? Okay, cool. What's up, Nicolette? It's nice to see you again. Okay, Selma's here. I'm going to... Baby girl, I need silence. Silencio. Por favor. Boom. Go that way. That way. Come on. Out. Out. That's too much for me. It's 5 a.m. there? Jeebus. All right, Selma, I'm going to connect to your energy, my dear, and ask for the highest, most benevolent messages, insights, awarenesses for your highest and best good. Always, always, always for your highest alignment, highest empowerment, upliftment, and remembrance. There is, interesting. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the deck. So I feel reluctance in your energy field. And just know, everybody, that I do offer private readings, whether they're like readings like this or mediumship, as well as one-on-one healing sessions. Okay. What's up, Ash? Ah, wow, that's a big one. All right, we're doing the big stuff tonight. Okay. Selma, your card is pain. Okay. It's about releasing, right? It's about release. Come on. Focus. Focus. There it is. Focus. Okay, pain. It's about releasing pain, but this tells me stuck. This feels like stuck in pain. So I would ask myself, Selma, if I were you, where are you stuck in pain? It could be physical pain. It could be mental anguish, mental pain, mental unwellness, mental unrest. It could be emotional pain. Okay? Since this is a free general, I don't typically go super deep. But it feels like feeling stuck in pain and feeling almost like there's no way out. I feel powerless. And I don't know what to do. I feel like confused. I don't know what the fuck to do. I feel lost. How do I get myself out of this? I feel powerless to even begin to know where or how to get myself out of pain. And this actually feels like, the word I hear is psychological. So this could be like mental stuff that keeps going on, but it also feels emotional. I know I said psychological, but like to me, it's all trauma is trauma. I know there's different types of trauma, but to me, trauma is trauma, because all of these different things, our body, our mind, our emotions, they're all connected. So if we have some kind of like mental, say we have some kind of mental trauma, it sticks in our bodies. Same thing with physical abuse or physical trauma. Same thing with emotional trauma. It sticks in our bodies. It stays in our bodies. Our bodies remember. Our bodies store it until we process it. Okay? I'm actually feeling here, I would invite you to move more. I don't know what, like how much you move currently, but I would invite you to move, like walk or stretch. Stretching actually feels like the thing to do. If you don't stretch already, I would invite you to stretch to help move some of this stuff up to the surface so you can start accessing it. However, you have to choose, my dear. If you keep telling yourself, I'm stuck, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Whether you think you can or can't, you're right. Okay? So, stop telling yourself you're stuck and tell yourself, okay, I'm currently here. I would also like to go here. I would also like to know, how do I get myself out? I also want to, are you willing? Are you ready to get yourself out of that like stuck place of pain? But there's kind of a lot of elements here. Again, I could go really in depth with a longer, more in-depth reading. So I'm not connecting to all of the things here, but I would invite you to move more. I'd invite you to stretch. But also first, I would invite you to ask yourself, are you ready to move through the pain? And are you ready to move past the pain? Because it's going to take some work, and it's going to take some work on your part. Some active work. Okay? With that said, are you ready? Are you willing? Are you committed? Because once you start getting into any kind of healing work, trust me, you're going to want to stick with it. You don't want to just leave yourself half hanging. You want to be able to see it all the way through. Okay? And with that, if you do decide it's time, then I would invite you to stretch, because that's going to help to move the energy throughout your body to help it come more to the surface, especially the awareness around certain patterns and dysfunctions and different things that need to come up in order to be cleared, in order to like reckon with and reconcile. Okay? I'm going to leave it there, but this is all about releasing pain for you. Okay? It's about releasing pain. Are you ready to take that journey to release all of that shit? You had a 2 more. Fine. I was wondering, because I was like, it feels like really physical. Okay. All right. If you're ready, I would say start stretching, because it doesn't feel, it doesn't feel like she's ready for like a lot of movement, but like stretching, especially the legs and the hips. Trauma gets stored. A lot of trauma gets stored in the hips. So stretching out those hips and those legs, especially the back of the legs, the hamstrings and the glutes, and the hips, stretching out those muscles is going to help stuff come up to the surface. And then I would invite you to do your shadow work. Start shadow work. Okay? So you can start moving that energy out. You're welcome. Also, hip replacement. Nice. Yeah, it's important. It's important to move it. You either move it or you lose it. You gotta move it. You're welcome, my dear. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. Okay, so let's do some last calls for free generals. Thank y'all for hanging out with me tonight. Happy Friday the 13th, my dears. What's up, Ash? Let's do you. You said you wanted to, were you open to that, my dear? Yeah, of course, Nicola, of course. I don't know if you're still here, Ash. I always miss you unless it's this time. It's all good. I need to. Oh, your phone cut out? It's okay. Is your phone good now? Is your connection good? Thank you, Selma. That's thank you for letting me know that. That's a huge validation for me to let me know that I am being of service in the way that truly brings me joy. So thank you for that. I really appreciate that. Okay, Ash. All right, cool. Ash. Okay, 1 second. Just gonna tune into your energy. Okay, interesting. Okay. All right. Asking for the highest, most benevolent messages, insights for Ash's highest, best good, highest alignment. Ah, there we go. Oh, ooh, we're doing the heavy stuff tonight. Yeah, that eclipse energy is bringing up some shit, isn't it? I feel like eclipses always do that, though. Okay, Ash, are you ready? Your card is hopelessness. And I don't mean to laugh at it, but I think it's so interesting. And to me, I like to bring levity to these things. Okay, so this is about releasing. Okay, releasing hopelessness. So I would really just ask myself, I would ask you, my dear, where do you still feel hopelessness? Or where do you feel hopeless? You know, do you feel hopeless in creating a great life for yourself? Do you feel hopeless in creating, you know, your own career, your own life? Or do you feel hopeless? The other part, or the other word that I hear with this that you can maybe interchange with this is, where do you feel powerless? So hopelessness and powerlessness. I would ask you, where do you still feel like that? I would tune in to the inner child. Typically the inner child is going to have the answers. Where do you feel hopeless? And why do you feel hopeless? And then trace that, you know, bring it up in your field. And trace it back to, you know, you want to make those memories really strong, or not memories. You want to make it really strong. So where do you feel hopeless? What does hopelessness feel like? What does it look like? What color is it? What texture is it? Does it have a smell? Does it have a sound? Right? What texture does it have? Okay, get really, really detailed. Make it very, very visceral to where you're feeling it. Do you feel it in your body? Where is it in your body? Okay, and then you trace it back. You ask, where was the most like intense memory? What's my most intense memory of feeling hopeless or hopelessness? And then just allow things to bubble up, and then go from there. Bring it up and start working with it. You know, is that your inner child? And then from there, you kind of give yourself what you need. You know, talk yourself through it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like, wow, I didn't realize I felt so hopeless. I'm sorry you felt so hopeless. And then kind of give that aspect of you, whatever aspect of you that is, you know, give them compassion and love and nurture them. Ask them what they need. And this is part of like shadow work. This is part of getting really, really in depth of like, but you always want to go with the feeling, the emotion. You want to lead in with the emotion, because the emotion is what's in the body, right? These things get stuck in the body, as I was saying before. So you want to bring it up, make it very visceral, and then trace it back. Okay, so I would ask you, where did you feel? I would do the same. I would do the same thing with powerlessness. Where do you feel powerless in your life? I'm just listening. Where do you feel powerless in your life? I don't know if there's dissociation or disconnection there, but like it kind of goes silent for me. So I don't know if there's dissociation from feeling hopeless. Like things were so, hopeless that it was like, fuck this, like I'm gonna like dissociate. I did that a lot as a kid. And so that makes it a little, a little bit more challenging to reconnect, but it is possible. So I don't know if there's levels of dissociation, but like it kind of goes silent for me, and I'm not sure what that quite sure what that means. Okay, but I would ask myself those questions and kind of see where it leads. But I would say I would take advantage of these like eclipse energies and really go deep. Okay, what's up, sissy? How are you? But that's what I have. I'm going to leave it there for you, my dear. Kind of see what comes up. You're welcome. You're welcome, Ash. Nicola, let's do you. And anybody else that wants a free read, let me know in the comments. And otherwise, this is going to be my last one. All right. Nicola. Okay, I'm going to connect to your energy, my dear. Thank you for being receptive. All right, okay. So Nicola, asking for the highest, most benevolent messages. Wow, you can't make that shit up. Wow. Oh, righty then. You literally got the same card in the same position, and it fell out of the deck. I didn't pick it, that fell. So again, this is going to read a little bit differently. So let me just tune in for a second. Okay, so the way this reads, a little bit different. This feels like it's more, I guess you could say, associated with your divine feminine. So feels like the feminine, your feminine aspect, your feminine energy. We all have masculine, feminine, different balances of it, right? And it feels like the feminine energy has been wounded and is, I guess you could say, in pain. It's like there's been woundedness and there's still pain there. And she, aka you, that aspect of you, listening for the words. Is waiting is waiting for you to be ready to release it, to like go there and do that healing. and release, reckon with, reconcile the things that need to be alchemized there. The other word I hear is trauma. So specifically, I don't hear like what trauma, what kind of trauma. I would say trauma from the feminine. So if as a woman, or pertaining to being a woman, or feeling neglected by masculine, it could be, that could come in as father, that could come in as a lot, or even trauma. I would say trauma. I keep hearing wounded feminine, and wounded feminine can show up different ways. She can feel more suppressed and like, ugh. You know, like I don't want to speak. I don't want to speak my truth. I'm not going to own my power. You know, that's scary. I'm not safe. Wounded feminine can also look like aggressive and arrogant. And wanting to dominate, control others or the situation because she doesn't feel safe. So I would ask you, where do you not feel safe? Why? How does it relate to your feminine energy? And see, and kind of trace that back into childhood. See kind of how that kind of traces back. Kind of like I was talking about in the other one. So I'm not going to repeat that process. But I would say, where do you not feel safe to express, or, you know, express your divine feminine self, or your divine feminine energy? Where do you not feel safe? Because it feels like it's an issue of safety, because I keep hearing safe in my head. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. But this is about really releasing pain, and in the form of like feeling unsafe. Okay, pain, releasing. Full body chills. Lifetime from then to now as a female. Situations relates to the feminine I've had to be most, yeah. A lot of women do that because we felt unsafe, and it's a patriarchy, right? We currently are in, and it's transitioning and it's transforming. And it's important for us as feminine, or just, it's important. It's like the rise of the divine feminine. So like whether you're identify as a man, a woman, or neither, your feminine energy is being asked, or is asking you to heal those wounds. You know, they go really, really deep. So, you know, we're in a patriarchy, so there's been a lot of suppression. There's been a lot of like violation and violence towards the feminine in order to suppress her and keep her from her, you know, expressing just who she is in all of the different many forms that she is. Yeah, there's just me, so I have to be all that. I get you. I want to feel like a woman. I just don't. You're in that process. So it's just keep in mind, it's part of the process of becoming aware of like, oh, I want to feel like that, but maybe I don't right now, but I want to. So, you know, the more that you kind of intend for yourself to explore and get curious and have your own process of unfoldment, it's going to come. So it's just a process, my dear. But the more you choose, the more it's going to just unfold naturally. You're welcome. You're welcome, my dear. Belinda, are you still here? I know that you had wanted. I know you put your name there. And then we'll do Belinda if she's still here. If not, those crusties in the mouth. Yeah. So if Belinda's there, let me know, Belinda. If you're not there, then I guess you're not going to let me know because you're not here. So I will say until I'm, since, Belinda, are you there? Are you there, my dear? I don't think she's here. She's not here. Okay, so that's going to be it for me today. I will be back next week with more free readings, paid readings, etc. If you feel in the meantime guided to look at my offerings, I offer all kinds of different things, or work with me one-on-one, you can book on my website through the link in my bio. I love you. Have a beautiful weekend with all of the eclipse energies and do your work. I love you. I love you, Nicola. Thank you, my dear, for stopping by. Bye-bye.